Okay, so now I'm going to walk. I've got my router on with Wi-Fi signal, so I'm going to walk over to that. Okay, so I'm standing pretty far away from it. I've got my phone in airplane mode. So I got a new router today. So this is the newest router that my internet provider, gives, and it's 5G. So that's in the red zone. So just imagine if you as a human, this is a certified electrical field, and RF signal detector. It's an AF3500. It's professional use. It's certified. And so imagine if you sit near a modem, like at a desk or something in an office. And this is what your body's taking in. If you sit there for 8 hours a day or several hours a day or whatever, this is what your body's taking in. Okay. So now I'm going to begin the process of walking away from it and see how much it goes down. I'm about 10 feet away. Okay. And it's still intermittent going in the yellow. And you can Google it yourself on what the safe levels of RF signal is. I am now approximately 12 feet away from my router. Okay, all of my devices are in airplane mode. Okay, so that is the only thing putting out signal, or receiving signal. Okay, I am now 15 feet away from my router. Okay, now I'm about 20 feet away from my router. Okay, I don't have my computer on. All right, so they say with Monarchs, electrical magnetic noise disables their ability to migrate. In their antenna, they have found has some kind of magnetic ability. And so they need more research on this. So what I bought is this. And it is infused with copper. It's military grade. It's an EMF RF blocker. Okay. So this is what I personally recommend. There's no professionals saying, hey, this is what you should do for Monarchs. But I'm just saying that this is used specifically and made specifically to block RF signal. People were they have cancer or have immune issues, and the signals constantly flowing in to your body at that level is not healthy. I have a very small house, so the signals, it's just not good. And so this is copper infused fabric that you can get online. Don't get, there's a lot of stuff out there that I've read reviews is fake. I'm not going to, cheap stuff being made coming from different lands, but so they're not all equal. Okay. And I went with a company, they used a device similar to this and they actually did see that it went to zero practically from sitting on that. But anyways, he put the fabric over it, and then you could see, I think his was like mesh. They make it in mesh too. Obviously people can wear it outdoors or whatever, use it outdoors and it's hot. And he did it for demonstration purposes, that it does block signal. And that's the company that I went with. Okay. And I said, whatever company I go with, I'll do my own test. Okay. This is a real deal. So I just recommend, for like this ring, I had to bring the caterpillars that came with the plant in because we had like 30s and 40s temps at night. And so if you bring them indoors, you are exposing them to things that can affect their development. And it's not something that like you can see, like when they're born, do they look deformed, do they act deformed? No, you're not going to know. These are not something like you can visibly see that they're being harmed when they're born. But when they do the studies on the migration, they're like, what is happening? There's problems. And so they did learn, you know, that they had this antenna, this magnetic thing in their antenna. And so they felt that the electrical magnetic noise could harm, and they want to do more research. So I believe that aside from it affecting their migration ability, just imagine if the government agencies decide what levels of RF signals, EMF signals, and magnetic field signals are dangerous levels for us as humans. Imagine what it is for a tiny little species like a butterfly and a little egg and a little caterpillar. So I'm just asking, please take the extra step and get some fabric, and I'm not even going to put a link out there because I don't want anybody thinking I'm doing it to sell a product or anything like that. I'm just saying this is for my babies, any critter that I bring in, and I use Ethernet cord. So I don't even use Wi-Fi in my house. I just put that on for demonstration purposes. I keep my phones. I don't even use internet data on my phone unless I'm using it. I keep internet data off, but it does still get radio signals, pacemakers, TENS units. There's so many things. So outside, I've used this device to see how far I can go in my yard before I lose the RF signal. And so because my tent that I keep the monarchs in and the chrysalises and stuff is pretty close to my house so that I can keep a good eye on it at night from dogs and whatnot and stuff. I use this. Okay, so you just surround them with this, you can just hang it around them, okay, and just put it over them. This is big enough piece of fabric, you can buy it in different pieces. You can buy it in smaller pieces, bigger pieces, so please just take this in consideration. I'm asking you, if you're wearing them indoors, please stop wearing them indoors because that alone is affecting the migration. Obviously if there's issues and you have to, for a short period, but please get those butterflies outside because they said the more outdoors of a setting, the better for them. Okay. And, but even outside, if this thing is, it's not cheap. It's a couple $100 for this item, and they're not all equal. Those apps that say they could detect it, bunch of garbage, bunch of nonsense. This came from Canada, but you can, you can buy that online. But just take precautions. You don't know what things are close nearby, but please don't put cameras that take Bluetooth signals, RF signals, Wi-Fi signals, and you don't have the ability to disable that in the camera. Please do not set up cameras near these critters. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. I mean, we're about saving them, right? So, and get some of this fabric just for their protection. They actually have it in different colors. They actually do have it in mesh as well. A lot of people even wear this stuff, like live in the cities and stuff, health reasons, they even buy this. You can buy them in like hoodies, like a hood you can wear and stuff. But at any rate, you can just get the fabric. You can make just a little shielded area for them. Please, 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 I'm begging you to please take that into consideration. Just sitting on that, it goes to practically nothing. Just sitting on it. The top of it's exposed, but just sitting on it. Look. It goes to practically nothing. So I'm just asking you to please take this into consideration. I'll put a link in the description of a petition for you to sign to save the monarchs, get them in the endangered list, so that they can appropriate funds and set up way stations in the nation, that it's protected way stations. And 2, please, I also put the link in there about there's an article, page 107 of the article that talks about the Xerxes organization quoted some studies that was done talking about the electromagnetic noise, how it's harming, the migration ability of the monarchs, and more research is needing to be done, see what kind of things they can do. This is a very clear option right here that you can do right now. Irregardless of waiting on other studies to find out more, please do this. It's $20. You can even get it cheaper than that. Just make sure that it's the type that works, that it's not, some cheap off-brand that's just bunk out there. Okay? please make sure you're getting stuff that read the reviews on the company that you buy it from, okay, and make sure that it's been tested. I mean, you can, if you want to know where I bought mine, you just comment and I'll tell you. I'll give you the link to the company that I bought it from. So I appreciate this. Thank you. And I'm begging you to please share this information for anything, for their links that's in the description, or copy paste them something. And have a blessed day.